Hey folks, so I wanted to do a special video about fitness, lifestyle, and thinking a little deeper. Because a lot of the people will come to me and they're ready to diet and they're ready to train, and that's great. Or people will say, well, how did I get to where I am or was in the fitness industry? And look, how I did that was I thought deeper than just the initial goal. What I said to myself is, I want to live the fitness lifestyle for the rest of my life, but there's elements of it I'm not going to do for very long. I don't cook. I don't like cooking. That's work to me, right? So I knew that I would have to be engaged in fitness in such a way that I could earn enough income from it to be able to pay someone else to do the things necessary to maintain the lifestyle that I wasn't willing to do. Because cooking for a week's long of food and writing and doing videos, I even have landscapers who take care of my yard, all right? So, but all that was in my mind when I first started, and I said to myself, okay, I need to make enough money from fitness that I can pay someone else to do the things necessary to be able to sustain that lifestyle. So my housekeeper just left. I'll try to get here in I'll get her in another video another time when she's got all my food spread out as she's cooking it. But come over here, I just want to show you a few things. So first thing, she just left. So inside my fridge, and sorry if the camera shakes, so you'll see I've got oatmeal done for the rest of the week. All right, I've got egg whites going into next week. I've got my cottage cheese for tonight. Now she's cooked my asparagus for next week is in there. My coleslaw for Friday, Saturday is in there. All right, my peppers are right here. All right, and then my brown rice cooked for next week is right there. All right, my baked potatoes are in there, ready to go. All right, so I've got all that, and then she even makes, so in my freezer, I've got cooked chicken. I got one left and one ready to thaw out and cook. I've got all these oatmeals for when those ones are used, just thaw and go. I've got frozen fruit that's all weighed out. All right, I've got my treats as well. So, and then of course in here, I won't show you the cheat day version, I've got all my almonds and cashews completely weighed out. All right, I've got the backups there as well. I've got my oatmeal, oat bran, and rice ready for her to cook. I've got backups of that there and backups of that here, and my condiments. So here's the thing, folks. I'll come over here. I've got my dinner out in advance, ready to cook up. All right. So one thing about myself and why I was able to get here is I took these lifestyle necessities under consideration when most people didn't. For another thing, I'm a clean freak. I like things neat and I like them clean. There's never going to be a mess in my house. So on top of knowing that I would have to make enough money to get someone to cook for me and clean for me, because it's not things that I'm going to do regularly or they would exhaust me if I had to, all right, I knew that I also wanted a clean environment. So I've had several housekeepers in the past, depending on where I was, and always had to be someone who was willing to cook. So this is something I'm showing you because of the considerations involved. Had I a long time ago been like a lot of the people who write me, they want to get going, they want to get involved, and then they don't think deeper in terms of time management skills or what elements of the fitness lifestyle you don't necessarily like that you won't last doing. So I knew I wasn't going to be cooking for myself every week on end. So I knew I had to be able to afford a housekeeper to help me do that. And I call that thinking deeper, on a deeper level. How am I going to sustain the lifestyle that I want to live when there's elements of it that just don't appeal to me? So by paying someone else to do those things, I sustain and maintain the lifestyle, which allows me to do more and more products, more and more work, make more and more money, which allows me to sustain and maintain the lifestyle and have someone else cook for me and things like that, and keep a clean house so that I can focus on the things I love to do in the fitness industry, writing books, research, all those things, shooting videos and making products for you all. So that's just an example of the lifestyle and setting things in motion so that I'm always ready. If something happens and my housekeeper can't make it, well, you saw all the nuts that are packaged in my cupboard. You saw all the frozen stuff that's ready to go. There's really not a lot I would have to do. Pull something out of the freezer, adopt a little bit with food I'm already eating. But the important thing was 30 years ago, I remember thinking to myself, there's no way I'm gonna cook for myself year in and year out, week in and week out. It's just not me. And there's no way I'm gonna live on tuna and rice cakes so I don't have to cook. So right away in the fitness industry, I knew I had to have a certain level of income to be able to hire someone to be able to sustain doing the kind of things that the fitness industry requires that I wasn't going to do myself. So that's just a shot of lifestyle factors. I'll get my housekeeper on another time when she's got all the food spread all over the place where she's cooking and then cleaning up after me. But that's the kind of considerations, if you want to make a career out of this, you think of on a deeper level. So I just thought I would include you on that. You saw my fridge with a week's worth of food all ready to go. You saw my freezer with extras, and you saw my cupboard with weighed out portions of my nuts and stuff. So pretty simple for me that I don't really have to think about diet. I just have to get the meals ready to go. So something to consider, something to think about. Don't simplify what's complicated and don't complicate what's simple. And that's the way my thinking worked, and it's allowed me to do this and to have a housekeeper who cooks and takes care of that while I'm able to do the things in the fitness industry that I love the most, which is training and working and doing products and all the rest of it. So there's a snapshot of some of the deeper thinking it took to get to this level, knowing what I was willing to do, what I wasn't willing to do, and what I would have to do in order to have those things. Hopefully that makes sense. Stay tuned for more another time.